What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jay-Z Bottom Lip, and today I'm going to be breaking down Sektor for you guys. This is something that was highly recommended by a lot of players. I apologize for taking so long. I've just been a little unmotivated to say the least. Anyway, I wanted to help you guys understand this character. It seems like a lot of people do not understand how this character is supposed to be played. So yeah, let's just get right into it. All right, I'm going to fly through this, by the way. P.S. I'm going to fly through this. I'm not going to edit anything because there's so much to talk about, and I'm just going to ram through it really quick. So yeah, let's get right into it. Anyway, all right. So in my opinion, I think Sektor is a situational character. This is not a character that you want to main. If you're playing this game at the highest level and you're a competitive player, this is the type of character that you will want to have underneath your belt. Why? Because this character is really good at controlling space. I'm going to break down why I think that, and I'm also going to help you guys as far as in like what to do with certain moves that you guys are not using correctly with this character. Okay, I went ahead and already learned it for myself, but when she does her move where she goes up in the air like this, on hit, if you do the move and it hits them, it takes 7.5 shots in order to get a bar. If they don't get hit and you do it this way, where you're just throwing it like this, it takes 17 non-hit shots to build a bar. This is very crucial to understand and remember, because you want to be able to hit them with the projectile so you can build meter. Depending, I'm just helping you guys out because I play Sektor and Cameo. That's my team. That's the team I created. Anyway, if you decide to play Cameo, remember, you want to build meter with this character. Why? Because you want to utilize two things. You want to use the EX move right here, but you also want to EX this move right here, and you want to be annoying. And when you be annoying, sometimes your opponent would do something that you don't expect them to do, and you want to have meter in order to break in crucial moments where you're just abusing zoning. Okay, two things. Okay, so another thing is this move is really strong for two reasons. Because the on hit one allows you to build meter, because then I could build meter, right? Obviously. And then the one that doesn't hit is just really good at keeping your opponent from jumping, and it has AoE splash on it, on the projectile as it blows up. So anywhere in that region where it explodes, they will get hit by. This is really strong and understanding, because depending on who you're fighting against and what character you're fighting against, they don't have an option against these things. They would literally have to go Sub-Zero Cameo, in my opinion. And then on top of that, most of the characters that are good in this game know how to deal with Sektor. So you're not limited to, like, S tier basically destroys her, but she's very situational depending on what S tier character. On the contrary, there's certain cameos and certain characters that do not know how to deal with her. And what I mean by that is that there is top tier teams with that cameo, it will not work, even though Sub-Zero will help out, because you're negating the fact that she's throwing projectiles, but it does not help you in the long run. And since it doesn't help you in the long run, then this is when you become situational character. This is a character that you want to have underneath your belt. So again, her strike throw becomes very strong once you learn how to utilize this move right here. Once you learn how to utilize this move right here, it gives you enough time to actually jump in and create mind games. You would have to learn how to use them. So you have a one that kind of anti-airs. So you have one that goes full screen, right? And this allows you to go for your projectile. See how I have the opponent set to blocking low, so they will duck this. But you can get this to jail like that, right? So if you're zoning, you can do things like this. This is also very crucial to understand, because doing this lets you know how much meter you can build off of that as well. See that? See how much meter I'm building off of just doing this, rather than just jumping in the air. Look, watch this. Look how much they have to eat. Hold on, let me back up right here. Look at that. Now I'm building meter. Now I can start doing EX move. I can start doing this. I could use this. Boom. Or even if I wanted to, I could do things like this, right? Boom. I can even do this. guaranteed. So I'm building a lot of meter, and that's what you want to do with a zoning character. Zoning characters, you want to get as much meter as possible because then you become a threat. Because now I have to look out for EX moves, and the reason why I need to look out for EX moves is because if I wanted to counter zone you, I have two reasons why I can't. Because of this move, and if I wanted to, I have this. And this also causes die damage. So not only are you getting hit by this move, but it's also doing damage over time. This is really strong for this character. The problem that I see with a lot of players that play this character is that you guys like to stagger this move over and over, 1-1, back up into this. This is very robotic. It's also a terrible flowchart, and it shows that Mortal Kombat players are really trash because it works. So since it works, why not do it? But it shows the skill level where Mortal Kombat players are at. They're impatient. They don't know how to fuzzy block something. And then on top of that, they don't know how to have enough neutral to understand what their opponent is trying to establish. So what I mean by that is that this move has 3 hits. There's nothing you can do about this string, I believe. I don't even think you can armor it. Let me see. I'm going to test it right now, but I don't think you can armor it. There's one thing I didn't test. Yeah, you can't armor it at all. Yeah, too fast. Right? See what happens if I follow block. See? I'm playing without sound. Y'all gotta bear with me. Still -1. Oh, what happened? Hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna do it this way because I can't hear sound right now. I'm playing with no sound. Let's do this. See what that is. Okay, it's still -6. All right, cool. Anyway, playing like that doesn't reward you, and it shows. So I already did a great breakdown for all those who are Shang Tsung mains. I have done a breakdown with Shang Tsung, and literally everyone copies the exact same way that I play Shang Tsung, or what I recommend playing Shang Tsung like. So I recommend playing Sektor in this way because it makes more sense, and it also contributes to you building meter, which essentially you want to do with this character. So again, anyway. With this move, you also have 3 different moves. You can make it do close, you can make it do mid, I think this is mid, and then you can have far, right? And this is considered far because it explodes near them, okay? So knowing that, you can do a few more things as well. You can actually even do amplify version of it, and you can shoot 2. So now you can shoot 2, but not only can you shoot 2, you can actually cancel this into that. Once you understand the team that you want to play, you can start doing things like this. Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Okay. Let me get it. You can do things like that. The reason why this is good is because you're in a position right now where your opponent has to advance at you, or they have to back up, or they have to jump. These are 3 things that you can react to because you have an anti-air move. You also have a good dash, back dash, and forward dash as well. And you have enough time to react to your opponent coming towards you, or if they throw a projectile. Puts you in a situation where you get the best of 3 worlds, and it's really, really strong. Anyway, your character wants to play at a full range right here, and you want to be annoying as possible. But if you do decide to go in, you want to use 1-1-2. 1-1-2 is really, really strong because 1-1-2 is -5, leaves you at advantage where you can down poke, or it leaves you where your opponent can only down poke because you might down poke, unless you're playing against a character that has a 9-frame mid or has a really good backdash and can whiff punish you for down one-ing. So sometimes you don't want to play this game of 1-1-ing. A lot of times you want to be very careful, again, because most characters at the top level can whiff punish you really well for trying to play 1-1 mind games with them. So think, please, Mortal Kombat players. Another thing too is that her 1-1 is really strong because it's a good shimmy, and you can barely react to her throw. It's weird. So like when you see this animation, it just, I don't know what it is, but you just automatically assume that they're going to get grabbed, or something is about to happen as far as in the grab, because by the time that the grab comes out, you're already going through the whole animation. So you have to be ready to preemptively tech. I don't know why Mortal Kombat players don't just give everybody a normal throw, but that's besides the point. So a lot of times you can use 1-1-2 to shimmy with, and it's safe, and it puts you at an advantage where your opponent may backdash or down one, and then you just back up again and you just repeat the whole process over again. You want to utilize this as much as possible because now you get a free jump in off of this, and you can start doing float cancels. So a lot of people don't understand how the float works. This works because you can do things like this. You can like make it safe. See what I mean? You can also do this as well, where you can create mind games off of it. So I'm going to give you a whole little small scenario on what you can do with this character. So let's say that my opponent gets hit, right? And I do, hold on, I'm going to do something basic. Okay, sorry. I'm doing something really basic. Trying to think. Okay, that one works. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like which one it is. So basically what I'm trying to do, because I suck at this character, you can do the cancel right here. Hold on, let me see something like that. Hold on. Like I said, I'm not clipping anything. Let me see something. Okay, so I think it's... Okay, it's that one. Okay. You can do this and cancel it, but I don't have a bar. Because I'm doing this combo, the unoptimal shit. So let me see. Let me see. And then you can go and mix off of that. And create mind games off of that as well. But if you have meter right, let me see something. Let's do this. Fuck it. Right. Okay. You can empty jump. You can back up, and then you can start zoning again. You can just put your opponent in situations where you want to keep them in the corner, and that's really what I'm trying to showcase. Boom. You can back up off of this. So you'll have your whole combo. I'm not doing all the combos. It's up to you guys to figure out. You can start zoning after that. And now you also... Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, I apologize, is that this has no recovery. So you can actually like spam this as much as possible. But up close is more negative. So keep that in mind. I don't think a lot of people talk about this as well. The closer it is, the more negative it is. Because full screen, obviously, you can't punish it. So the recovery is quicker full screen rather than what it would be up close. I hope that makes sense. So be careful doing like instant airs like this in somebody's face. Just be careful. Only because like people can be patient. They can throw a projectile and actually hit you. They can also teleport and punish you for that. They can also even meet you in the air. A lot of times too, like when you do this missile, they can meet you in the air. So the reason why the short ones are good is because they explode from people trying to jump in. But this is a mind game if you're going to have to play with your opponent, because remember I said that you're going to want to actually hit them with the projectile, but then you want to start creating mind games if you're not hitting them. But when you do that, you want to cover it up with like Cameo or Sektor or any character that can really assist you in being safe, like Striker or such. So just keep that in mind. Again, the combo that I'm trying to show you guys, because I suck, is that you just want to utilize this setup right here because you get a safe jump. You also can float in their face. You can go for your plus frames off of the string. Like you can do this right here. Boom, boom. You can hit him with this. All you have to do in order to do this move when you're floating, just press circle while you're in the air. It'll automatically do the whole string for you, rather than like in the air and then trying to do the whole string, because this will happen if you mess up. So you just do that. You can also cancel it. It's -13 when you cancel it. It doesn't tell you that, but if you look at recovery, the quickest you can do it is 13 frames, no matter what. The overhead, her overhead is really strong. It's -6. If you do the full string, I recommend, if you're doing it for pressure and you're not really thinking to hit confirm, I recommend doing it from far range, from this range, and having a Cameo to assist you with it. From this range, it's really hard to actually punish, and it's really strong, but you would have to learn how to utilize this. You have to. as a Sektor main. You can also just do EX1 sometimes, and it's kind of dumb, but at the same time, I think it's really good because they anticipate the second hit of it. Once you start establishing conditioning, you could do 2, right? Once you do that, you can start dashing and grabbing like that. People will actually fall for it. I haven't found a way to really utilize it off of this string, and that's my biggest concern right now because I want to utilize it off of this string, this right here, because it doesn't hit you close. See, like this is close. I'm doing close, but it doesn't hit right there. So if you guys figure out how to get this to jail, then this becomes a problem because now you can do things like this. Hold on. And then you can grab, or you can do things like this. Hold on. Grab, or you could do things like this and then do that as well. You also can gel off of this. I'm gonna give you a little something, but you can gel off this. Yes, this gels even at a crouching opponent, and I'm gonna show you really quick. Don't take my team. Matter of fact, you guys can. I don't care. But anyway, you can do things like this. See how that gelled? Yes, that gels. They have to stand up for that. You can do it that way. You can also do it this way as well. Hold on, I messed it up. Hold on. You can gel off of it, see? Hold on. Boom. You can do this for pressure in crucial situations where you're trying to bait your opponent to armor or something, or you're trying to bait them to press a button. Boom, hit them with that. Or you can bait them after that, so you can do something like this and stay in their face, or you can back up slightly into this string right here. It's really strong. You can also even go for unnecessary mix-ups where you can do, and then you can grab them, whatever you prefer. It's totally up to you. I think you can do things like this. Yeah, that gels. So you can do things like that. You can get certain things to gel in particular. So again, this character really wants to play at a distance. This character wants to build meter quick as possible. So just doing this all day is not going to help you. It's not. It's just going to frustrate your opponent. But once you start playing against better players, this does not help at all, because what's going to happen is people are going to start playing the mind game with you, a building meter like Havoc. Even though Havoc's is kind of slow, he's still going to be able to do that with you because you're not going to be paying attention to it. And then even if you do pay attention to it, I believe that Havoc can actually bait you into thinking that he's going to do it. He can also make himself safe, depending on what Cameo he plays with. Not even just talking about Havoc. There's certain characters in particular can kind of bait you. Ermac can kind of put on his shield just because you're just sitting there zoning him the whole entire time and you're not really coming up with a game plan. Again, you want to hit him with the projectile so he actually falls. Once he falls to the ground, you want to come a little closer and then start anticipating zoning or coming close. This is where strike throw comes to play. And this is very important to understand because your 1-1 is strong, and this is going to be the string that you can hit confirm into as far as in combo. I don't think any combo gives you the potential that it does, like this right here. Let me see. This doesn't work. Your opponent can actually block this. I think this works. This works. I don't think you can do this. Oh, yeah, you can. So I think it's 1-1, this string, and this string. I don't think you can hit confirm off of this string, and I don't think you can hit confirm off of this string. You would have to amplify these in order to get a combo. And a lot of times people don't want to spin a bar with this character for combos, but depending on what Cameo you play with. But a lot of times people don't want to spin a bar. Like I would spin a bar just because I play Kano. So like if it doesn't hit you, then I can make myself safe with Kano. How would that make sense? So like now I can do things like this, and if you get hit, then I get a combo. If you don't get hit, then I'm safe. I hope that makes sense. So like real quick, I'll show you. So like if I did this, see how that missed? And I'm pretty sure you guys will come up with combos yourself, whatever, right? But the idea is that you can make yourself safe. And that's what you want to start doing when you get to a higher level, is that you want to start doing things that cover two options for you. The same way I play with Striker and Cyrax, it's the same way that you want to play with Sektor and Kano. You want to make yourself safe. You want to be able to zone. You want to be able to wake up armor and be safe as well. And if they do get hit, you want to be able to get a combo off of it. And you can do all this with Kano. You can also do this with other cameos as well. But I'm just letting you guys know what covers in this and why I play it. Another thing that's really important to understand about this character is your movement. Your movement is really strong, and since your grab is kind of like an arm that comes out your head or the back of your shoulders or whatever, or your whatever, you can start implementing like stand one and then backdash, and this will like throw your opponent off and things like that. And since you can do this to your opponent, this will make them really scared because they might be looking for the grab, and then this is where strike throw comes into play. You can grab them, or you can just 1-1-2 them or something like that, and you can do 1-1 into this and be safe. You know, whatever. Anyway, you also have this move in particular. You can charge this up, and this becomes really important to understand how to use, because this, I believe this gives you a damage buff, if I'm not mistaken. And then on top of that, you can also cancel this, and then you can go for more damage, basically. Let me make sure, though. It's been a while since I relearned this character. Let's see. Let's generate. Got you. Okay. Got you. So now you can do things like that into this team. With this team, I don't recommend doing this just because, like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think this character. I don't know. Just for me, it just doesn't do anything for me as far as in, like, I don't know. It's a good move. Don't get me wrong. You can do this. You can do this into square. I mean, yeah, square. So like you can do that, but I feel like the one thing that this character is missing is having a restand with it. And I think if it was faster off of restand, it would be really good. And I would probably main this character only because the restand would create so many mind games. But I have yet to figure that out. If you guys can figure that out, then that would be really crucial to learn. But again, I don't think there is, because it's not a high instantly. I mean, it's not a mid instantly. So like if I just do this, it's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. You guys are way better than me when it comes to learning characters. Like after I break down the character for you guys are really good at figuring out other things that you can do with this character. But if this character can find a way to like restand off of this, it's insanely good, because now it pushes them away. You can now zone and everything like that, and you're at a distance. So you do your damage, you restand them, which means that they have to hold this, and then you go into this. Like it just makes more sense. And it's kind of like how he or she was in MKX off of restanding. You would just restand and you start zoning again and everything like that. Anyway, I think this character is also A tier. I know you guys like hearing me talk about what tier this character is. I think this character is A tier only because it's situational. And since it's situational, it cannot be S tier only because this character does really well in certain matchups. When you start matching it up with like Ashura, you start matching it up with Ermac, when you start matching up with characters that can actually deal with this character, you start to realize that the matchup becomes insanely hard, and it becomes insanely hard in certain aspects that it shouldn't be if this character was considered S tier. And then on top of that, not being able to hit confirm off all your buttons and not being able to hit confirm off a 3-hitting string move, this shows that this character, it cannot be S tier, only because S tiers have the most dumbest brain dead things in the game. I think her playstyle is very annoying, obnoxious, and she does a lot of ambiguous things in your face. But if you just look past it and you fight this character and realize that a lot of times when you start rushing her down to the corner, she's going to do this string, she's going to do certain things like this, she's going to jump in the air and she's going to spin a bar like that. And when she does that, you have to be ready for it. Do not let her just get away with doing stuff like this. Once she jumps in the air and you do that, you have to jump with her, or you have to backdash slightly and whiff punish her for that. Up block as well is also very important. But again, they can also just empty jump, so just be careful with that. You can also down two, but again, my favorite thing is just to back up slightly and see what she likes to do. This character is going to do a lot of things in particular to annoy you, and I'm not saying this character isn't good. A tier is still strong as fuck. You can lose to this, and this character can also win a tournament depending on who's on the tournament and who's playing the game. Any character can win a tournament, honestly. But anyway, if you're playing against a lot of players or characters that have strong S tier characters, this character is going to be situational only, in my opinion. She's still really strong. I recommend learning this character if you're going to be playing at the highest level. I probably will I'll put it in my Discord. I'll show you certain characters that she does insanely well against, and I also will show you certain characters that she does really bad against. I also want to talk about this string right here. You can actually punish this depending on, you as Sektor can punish down pokes with this move in particular. Let's see if I can show you guys really quick. So if you're like fighting a character that's really annoying, like Havoc or Scorpion, you can actually punish this character trying to down poke you to death. It's really strong, but it's also, again, situational, because this person can actually do down poke into special move. They can do down poke into teleport, and so on and so forth. But if someone wanted to do like something like this, I'm sorry, they wanted to do something like this, trying to get close. Oh, okay, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, still press the wrong button. See how I'm blocking? You can actually punish that. So just think about a situation of like when someone is poking, it's really strong. I like this stream because you can do things like this. Let's see, block. I like this stream because you can do things like this. And you can like create so many mind games. And this alone is so strong because people are never ready for it. You can also do things like this. Hold on. I told you if I wasn't bad, I would do this pretty good. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I go boom, boom. I can't even do it. Oh yeah, I forgot you can cross out too. Yeah. You can do that, but I'm also trying to do something. That right there. You can do that at plus frames, and in plus frames, create problems for your opponent, put them in situations that they don't want to deal with. And one thing that I see another sectors do that you need to get in the bad habit of not doing, I'm sorry, is this right here. Please stop doing this. Please, for the love of God, stop doing this. And then you would die against me. Just saying. See, and I'm pretty sure against other players as well. So when you do this string, oh, sorry. Stop it. Watch. You're dead. So just be careful. This will get you killed. Learn how to bait your opponent when you do the string. So like when you do the string, down poke, or just do it just to see what your opponent is going to do. You have 2 frames to see what your opponent is going to do. If they try to throw you, you should be ready for it. If they try to take the turn, you should be ready for it. You should see how you're playing against your opponent first, rather than just trying to show them all your Yu-Gi-Oh cards the first round. Pay attention to how your opponent plays. Your character does really well at building meter. Your character also has really good damage. Your B&Bs do good damage. You have a really good strike throw. You have a lot of good strings about you. This right here is a really good string. You can actually stagger this. You can actually hit confirm the full string into fatal blow, or you can just do half of it into fatal blow, and it still works regardless. This string is really strong as well. So just learn how to play with the character and stop establishing a way where you're just like, my opponent is going to have to respect me because this is what I want to do all game. It might be frustrating because, again, Mortal Kombat players suck, but in reality, if Mortal Kombat players just took the time to actually be more patient and take their time, I promise you this character Sektor wouldn't be where she is right now, just because a lot of players would be good enough to deal with it. But anyway, I think this character is really strong. This character has a lot of potential. I think this character being able to like cancel like this and like jump over you is really insane. Like you don't have to just jump straight up. You can jump backwards. So like I can do boom. I can do it. And then like I just suck. Like you can do things like this. This is really strong just because they think that you're coming forward and you're not. And I don't understand why people aren't utilizing that. Like you can just jump forward and then you can do the EX version or something like that. It wouldn't be from this range, obviously. It would be like from this range. But like if I jump at my opponent, I can just do something like that. Or I can jump back and hit confirm them with that. Like I can do something like that. I can do. I don't think you can actually do this one. Hold on. Nah, you can't do it. I was thinking that if you could like jump back after it. Oh, yeah, that'd be insane. But yeah, you can do like things like that, jump backwards, and you can delay it. You can even jump backwards and kick. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. Yeah, you can do things like that. I wish you can jump and then kick. Like you can't do it because I don't think it's considered like a actual special move. But you can do like things like this. Like this is strong because if your opponent jumps at you, you'll be ready for it with the OS kick. You can cancel it into a special move, but it'd be cool if you can like do that and then do this after it. But it's still good because now you can do things like this and see how low I got. That's really strong as well. So when you're playing like this, it becomes very frustrating for your opponent. Boom. So people need to learn how to utilize this more, and then this will allow you to go in for grabs. This will allow you to go in for certain situations where they're not ready for it, a blocking. We call this mental stacking, and along with mental stacking, we call this conditioning. I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, but there's so much stuff to cover with this character that you guys need to think about when you're playing this character, and I think that's the main issue, is that you guys aren't thinking. Also too, spamming this the whole entire game is not really good. I recommend learning how to use this in the neutral and bait your opponent to think they can press a button and then kill them for it, and then you can, from here you can do missiles, or from here you can just kind of go in and 50-50, like I said. You can just create so many different mind games. And again, like I also said, you guys will probably come up with more than what I'm saying. I'm giving you the basic breakdown of this character. As far as the setups and as far as what you could do potentially with this character is totally up to you. I'm giving you the guideline on how this character was designed and how to play. And based upon how this character movesets are, wave dash, and so on and so forth, you can see how this character is supposed to be played, and you guys aren't playing the character right. Just because you're winning with it does not mean that you're playing the character right. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. This is probably all I have for you guys as far as in this character. I'll probably make a part 2 because there is a lot more with this character as far as in cameo wise. But anyway, appreciate you guys. If you can like and comment. If you have any questions in particular, just let me know. I appreciate you guys as well. Have a good day.